There she is.
Oh, she's here now.
You got her? How do I
she's
get
here.
all of you at the same time?
I could not get into the meeting, but finally.
I think we all got on the wrong meeting. I went to a different one. There's two.
Oh, the previous.
I don't know, but I'm trying to get all of you at the same time. Can you see everybody or just one person at a time?
I can see everybody. I don't know what happened, guys. Robin and I were just sitting there. We're like, where is everybody?
I was trying for like 10 minutes. Like, what's going on?
And Robin's back here. Robin, did you do anything different?
I just went to the other meeting. Like I told you, I was like, maybe you and me went to the wrong meeting, which we did.
So I sent the post today from my phone instead of my laptop, which I hate doing because the new mobile app and I'm trying to like test things. So I don't know if I took the wrong link, but I'm glad we found it. I'm so glad, Crystal. I would have never known. And Bree, I was like, what is happening? Hi, guys.
I would have driven to your damn house.
I'm glad you guys are here. Robin and I have been chatting, waiting for you guys, even though you guys are waiting for me.
Yeah, a tiny little chat, and I let her know I actually started module 1. Woohoo!
Oh, good.
I know you guys are like going on to 3, and I am getting into module 2. So
that's okay.
Good job.
We're only on 2.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We're only on 2 this week. Does anybody have any last questions about 1 or anything they want to talk about before we move on? No? We're good? Okay. Robin, did you have any questions after you got
Don't ask me that right now because I'm just starting it and I'm not even going to lie. I could lie to you guys and say, oh, wow, it's great. But I'm not going to lie. I'm so weeded with so much. But I actually pulled it up today, and I was like, I'm going to show these guys that I am not full of shit. I'm sorry if I have made anybody sad by saying that, but it's the real stuff I'm going through.
No, you're fine.
Okay, thank you.
Deep breath.
Nope, no questions yet. I will, but not yet.
You let me know.
I will.
Okay. Does everybody have the new Kajabi app, the mobile one?
Yep.
Cool. What does everybody think?
It's easier since I do everything on my phone.
Yeah.
Better than having to open up a browser.
Yeah. Right. Is super happy about it. So far, I think it works really well. I've been able to access it.
You guys use it for the community? Do you guys use it for the community?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what my goal is to. I got it, and now I'm just gonna be able to get there. That's what I was trying to figure out, but I know now. Go ahead.
Did you log into the app yet, Robin?
I downloaded the app, and the way I log in, did you give us a login?
So what you'll do is when you open the app, it'll ask you to enter your email, and it'll send you a verification. So you'll have to go to your email, verify, and it just logs you in.
Okay, I will do that, and then I'll be able to get into the community.
Yeah, it'll be just like opening Facebook, except it'll just be us.
I'll be so much happier because then I can really talk because you guys don't know anything, and I really want to open up to you guys. I really do, and I don't know what my schedule is, and I just got another lucky night. I don't know how.
Well, we're glad you're here. I'm glad you guys like it. I really like it. I think it's super helpful. I think it makes things really easy for pulling up the modules too, like especially on your phone. So, did anybody print the worksheet or not print it? Did anybody do the worksheet?
I printed both. I printed them both.
I wrote it.
I love to print them. I did write them also because my printer is out of ink, and I was like, of course. So I love to print stuff, but I've been doing it like in a notebook myself. So
Yeah, just have the notebook.
yeah.
I printed them, but I am going to write everything I have to say in a notebook because I feel like I will have the notebook. You know what I'm saying? We have the paper, but if you put it in the notebook, you will have the notebook. I don't know. I just feel better about that.
Right. Makes sense. How are you guys liking the accountability groups?
Oh, we like it.
I'm so obsessed with like peeking in there. It's so like, I love it. I love like all of you guys supporting each other, and it's just really great. It was really great to see Michaela was talking about some mom stuff, and it was so cool. I think it's Bray and Sam in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So great. I loved reading just everything on there. Did everybody get to, well, no, I know you didn't, Robin, but did everybody else get to module 2?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Hey, I
I
love
got
module
to
2.
it. I haven't done it, but I got to it because I downloaded and printed out module 1, and I listened to what you had put up regarding module 2.
Oh, yay.
So
Yay.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. I just want to be organized prior to seeing you guys tonight because I knew I'd be way behind.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. What was, first of all, Megan, I loved what you said about boundaries and that we don't have to set them like right away. So when you might be identifying a couple people, you're like, oh yeah, we need some boundaries here. But we don't have to like dive into like a text message of like, hey, guess what? We got some boundaries. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have time to talk about it and to think about boundaries in a different way, because I feel like a lot of people think of boundaries and we think like negative and like cutting them off or stuff like that, and people can easily get offended. But we can take boundaries and we can evolve them into what feels good for most of all us, right? But what feels good for both parties if they're people that we kind of have to step back or set some boundaries with. So I love that you said that.
Yeah. I think if you don't take like the small steps and you just try to go ahead and try to set boundaries right away, it can be really overwhelming. I mean, even just making the list and doing the worksheet can kind of be emotional.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, because you kind of see where all of that emotion is going to, like on that piece of paper, right?
We are draining ourselves dry, trying to make boundaries. I haven't even gotten here, but I'm just telling you about my life right now. Because as you know about my daughter with cancer and family members that fuck up my day on the daily basis. Are we allowed to speak like that, or is that offensive?
Of course. Is everybody okay with it? I'm good with
yeah.
I'm just talking about my family. I don't know
More
if anybody
relatable.
has.
Those are my people.
Okay. Yes, we are definitely. The dysfunction of my not my family, but my sisters, my mother, and everybody else. I can see the boundaries. It drains me to the point of I can't get out of bed. I have to go to work, but I have nothing left. But it's so imperative that I get into this community and am able to share about this, because I have to. The boundaries have got to be set. I don't care who gets pissed off. I don't care who's mad.
Good.
Yeah, it can be easy. Well, I feel like it can be super overwhelming, especially for people who, and Robin, this is probably including you also, but people who tend to be like givers. So we like give before we think about ourselves. And so a lot of times, like, it's a big adjustment for people because we're used to giving them and giving, and they're used to receiving, right? So what was, anybody else have, like, what was your biggest takeaway from module 2? Like, what did you like, or what were you like, oh yeah, I needed this?
I feel like boundaries for me is putting my phone down more because of the social media, comparing and, you know, envying someone else's life and just like, you know, constantly comparing yourself to other people and not just like living in the moment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or just like being on your phone entirely way too much and just like missing like that time with your kids, or, you know, it's just, it's really important to like put my phone down more, for sure.
Yeah. I think when
I get a notification that my phone usage was down 5% this week, I'm yay. And then I see I spent 6.5 hours on my phone. I was like, holy shit.
I know, it's insane. And it just like an hour goes by like that. Like,
and you know what?
You know?
We're comparing ourselves. I posted something this week. We are comparing ourselves to something that isn't real online.
Right.
It's 99% bull. It's 99% crap.
What I've noticed is like, there'll be times where I'm like scrolling on my phone and my kids will like ask me something. I'm like, just a minute. It's like, what am I telling them to wait for me to look at someone else's life? You know what I mean? Like,
their so-called life.
I know. It's just like, you get like so caught up and it's like, wait a minute. Like, I need to live in my life right now and stop scrolling on my phone. And like, you know, it's just, it's so toxic. It can be so toxic being on social media so much.
Yeah, especially those feelings like you just said of comparison. Like when you're done scrolling and then you get off your phone and you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Right? So like habits that we can look at. If you guys have an iPhone, I know I just got a report for my screen time.
It's terrible. I don't like
Literally.
Oh my God. It's bad.
I hate when that notification pulls up.
Mine goes, oh my God, 5% less. And I'm like, oh, yay. And then I'm like, shit, Robin, you were on the phone 6.5 hours a day. That is so much time of a day, guys. That is so messed up on every level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had to be, so I think a lot of it is like, where are we spending our time when we're on our phone? And when we like put it down on paper, when we look at it, are we happy with where that time was spent? Which can be really hard, which I think Crystal can relate to this, but when you work online, you run your business online, you run your business through social media, like it becomes a very gray area that you have to like color those black lines in, right?
Are you a coach?
Yes.
Beachbody?
No. I'm a holistic lifestyle coach.
Her and her hubby run a business
I like
together.
that. I was a Beachbody coach. So yeah, I'm down with the holistic. No Beachbody, but that's awesome. I got to get into this community with
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll have a lot to share with us. But yeah, it's like,
really cool.
Yeah.
Well, there's something like what you can do, because I was working on this actually with my my business coach, and she gave me the whole 10, 20, 60 prompt. So you'll get on your phone, you set like, and it goes into goals. So 10 minutes, you go on your phone, but you're intentional about it. You're like, okay, I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes. Like this, for someone like us, where we do a lot of our business online, 10 minutes being intentional. Okay, I'm going to do 10 minutes of just engagement. So that's all you do. A timer. Then you put your phone down, 20 minutes to do some like household or other task, laundry, dishes, whatever. And then you set 60 minutes for a business task, or like if you're at work, if you're like how Chelsea and I work again from home and stuff like that, minutes that are specifically just work. And then so after the end of the 60, then you start another 10 minutes to again work on your business on your social media. If you just want 10 minutes to aimlessly scroll and check on see what your sister and your best friend's been doing, then you do that for 10 minutes. And then you go again, cycle 10, 20, 60. That way you're being productive about the time that you're using, and you're breaking it down appropriately so you're not wasting time on your phone.
Right.
They're like small rewards, kind of, the 10 minutes.
Kind of stuff like that. But you find what your 10, your 20, and your 60s for. You know, like me at work, I can't, because I have a 9 to 5. So I can't really sit there and scroll on my phone. So I'll like pick the time that I take my quick little walk from being sitting at my desk, and those are my 10 minutes. And then my 20, 60s working on my work stuff. Then that's my timer to get up and then take another walk. So I'm not sitting at my desk again, but like you figure it out so that it makes scroll intentional. You put your phone away for the rest of the time.
That's a total challenge for us. Let's challenge one another, because you're having the business online. I go online for validation and to feel better about myself.
That's why it's important to look at where you're spending your time and like how do you feel after you spend that time. So like if your time is spent scrolling Facebook and you say, how am I feeling when I get off Facebook? And the answer is like pissed off, like you're not happy.
I don't care about other people. I care about making myself feel better by like, I can't explain it. Does anybody understand? I don't know.
It's kind of like you do it because you want to see the shit show that everybody else's life is.
Well, the shit show that everybody else is, and perhaps I don't know, maybe I'll post something and I'll want validation because I'm not getting somewhere else and I'm feeling empty and I'm really struggling with my kid. I have a kid that's dying. She's not going to get better. So like today I read something about grief, and it was like it really was important to me, like so deep. Like it's hard to talk to me about it because when you talk to me about it, I can't really explain it to you, and you don't know what to say. Just say you care because you don't understand it, right? So that made me feel like I could put it out there and people would understand, and not one person said something. No, one person liked it, and I was like, "You're such a fucking loser. Why are you wasting your time?" Do you understand what I'm saying? Does anybody get that?
It makes sense. It's definitely we seek validation from others in our lives, and we see other people get the validation through social media, so we kind of want the same attention.
Mm-hmm.
One thing you got to understand, and sorry, Chelsea, if I'm jumping in on this.
No, go for it.
That you can't, Chelsea actually kind of taught me this. You can't base the reactions of other people on something that you do, because it's not about you. That's their reaction on them. Some people, they might feel bad, but they might not know how to say I'm sorry because they don't want to make you feel bad because they don't know what the right words are. So you're here feeling negative about something when in fact they just don't know how to reach out to you.
Yeah,
So,
that makes a lot of sense. I mean, a lot more sense.
Think about it that way. And then, the fact that you're putting yourself out there and expressing yourself, and you're being raw and honest, even if it's through sharing a link that says, this is what I'm feeling now, you're giving people a glimpse into what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Something you can't put into words. So right there, personal validation to yourself, saying, I got this. I'm expressing myself. You kind of got to look at it that way.
That's a better way. Thank you so much for Crystal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, love. I think another really good thing you could look at is like, who are the people that you're sharing this with? Like if you would share that into Elevated, like I think you would have felt very, very different than posting it to your Facebook or your Instagram. Mm-hmm. So look at the support. So I tell people this all the time, like look at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And that means on social media too. Like if those people are not supporting you, and when you like look at their page, like you don't feel filled up, like there's so much, there's an unfollow, like they won't even know that you unfollowed them. You don't even have to unfriend people anymore. But looking at even on social media, like those people who like comment and always have something to say, and you're like, like, you know what I mean? Like just, we have so much control over that. And a lot of times it can be about because that's energy that you sent out, right? Like you felt that connection to that post, and you felt that relatability to that grief. And so you putting that energy out there and then feeling the way that you did back, like just took from you, right? And like you ended up not feeling like you wanted out of it, like
not validated, but I felt not cared about. But what Crystal said makes more sense because people don't know what to say to me.
Yeah, of course. And sometimes we tend to go to like the worst case where like, well, nobody cares. Like nobody gives a shit about me, instead of thinking like what Crystal said, like, well, maybe people just don't know what to say to me. Like maybe, and like I say this all the time, like maybe I'm too much for people, because I know in a lot of cases, like I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Like I'm just not. And that's okay with me.
Extra. I admit it. I'm extra.
I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. So I love that you said that though, Crystal. Going back to like timers, I've been using this new app and it's totally free. It's called Focus Keeper. And it actually broke down, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it breaks down you can change the 25 minutes, but it talked about a study done like way long ago where people's productivity was best in increments. So you do 25 increments and a 5-minute break for 4 rounds, and then you take a bigger break. So it's really been helpful for me. Again, it's called Focus Keeper if you guys want to try it for work and stuff, but it reminds me to take a break, because I usually won't if I get sucked into work. I know Crystal's like that too. But no, I love that you said that. So being productive. I wrote down intentional scrolling, I think can be really powerful, because if you set that time limit, like I actually have Alexa in here who's really not good for anything besides setting timers, but I'll have her like set a timer for 10 minutes and I'll give myself that 10 minutes to scroll. And over time, I thought of you, Megan, with this, I have really like adjusted and customized my social media to something that I enjoy scrolling. Like there are people that I enjoy seeing when I open it. And so I'll give myself that 10 minutes to scroll and like and comment and go through stories. And I give myself that time. But when that timer goes off, it's like that nudge. And I think of you, Brie, like when you're stuck in that like scrolling, it's like someone nudging you to be like, hey, it's time, like we're done now. You know what I mean? So maybe setting that intentional time this week, and then outside of your, so like take those times and maybe keep track of how many times you set that intentional scroll, and you'll start to become self-aware. Because I did when I was on my phone, I was like, oh, I'm scrolling. Oh, I'm scrolling. Like you'll start to catch yourself. And it'll be when you feel those emotions that you don't like to feel. Oh, I'm scrolling. Because it's usually when I catch myself is someone, I'll randomly like catch someone's post or a comment that makes me mad. And I'm like, oh, here we are. That makes sense. So you'll just become more self-aware as we get into this. And as we start really identifying the things that are taking energy from you. Did anybody come up with anything else like energy wise that you're like, okay, yeah, we need to look at this?
I haven't gotten that far into module 2 yet.
Oh, you're in module 1, right?
I just finished module 1.
Mm-hmm.
I did the worksheet finally. My brain was enough to like.
I know you've been moving.
My kids.
I hate moving.
I have to keep leaving.
That's okay.
Oh.
Bria, I was just asking them like energy wise if there's. I love those things so much.
What is it? Tell me what are you drinking?
Seagram's the Calypso Colada.
Oh, okay.
Oh, their watermelon is so good.
Watermelon?
Yes, it's like a pink one, like a light pink.
Oh, the Jamaican Me Happy one?
Yes.
That's my favorite. I love that.
Oh, now I'm mad because on Sunday I'll have 11 years clean from drugs and alcohol. So
that's amazing.
Amazing.
I didn't know.
I'm in recovery. That looks so good. I was like, I don't know what she's drinking, but I want to taste. But the month I've had, and I even bought my boss a bottle of liquor. So I walked into the liquor store for the first time in 11 years. And it was like,
that takes some strength.
I walked in, I said, I want that one. And I wasn't like even tripping. I wasn't, didn't get upset. I was just like, I want that one. My husband's like, why are we in the liquor? Because the debit card.
Oh,
I know you're not drinking. And I was like, no. And yeah, it was
good
weird.
for you.
Yeah, the 17th, it'll be 11 years.
That's amazing. 11 years?
You guys,
I'm
I'm
so proud.
I'm really old. I could be every one of yours mother. But I want you to know the reason I got clean was to have my children in my life. They've always lived with me and everything, but I got my children back because of it. And that's why Elevated Soul matters to me. So I'm a better myself for my children. Even though they're your age, they're still my children.
Yeah.
They'll always be your kids, no matter what.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Still looks good.
I won't drink it anymore.
I know, I'm having my wine over here too, Brie.
Don't start.
Sorry, Robin.
Why you say that? That makes me upset because it doesn't bother me. I was like,
okay.
Not if I could walk into the liquor store and buy a $72 bottle of liquor and not even, you know what I mean?
Oof.
First of all, that's a lot of money, I heard.
My gosh, what the heck was it?
I thought bourbon they make Woodford something, and she was like, holy shit, what? She did me a favor.
Woodford Reserve. Oh,
yes, that's exactly what it was.
Wow. I didn't even realize that was expensive. She's like, okay.
What I thought was.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's amazing. Congratulations, Robins. Congratulations, Robin. Switch the S's there.
That's okay. You good?
Oh my gosh. I swear this is my first glass.
Uh-huh. We all know you, Chelsea.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so did anybody have anything else? Brie, did you think of anything else where you identified after listening to the module, energy-wise, like something that was taking from you that you were like, okay, we need to look at this? Clearly, like all of us have like some work to do around social media or our phones.
One thing, like friends and toxic energy, and like knowing when to cut those friends out of your life, or family members. But
Yeah,
like,
did anybody
being
have
able to
people they put on
recognize-
their list?
being able to like recognize like when they're not good for you anymore, you know what I mean? And they're not making you grow as a person, and when it's time to just like cut them off.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's really hard. And it's hard because we as like humans don't want to be kept out of the herd. Like we don't like to be out of the group. Like we don't like to be rejected. We don't like to be out of the circle. So
Right.
it can be hard to like set those boundaries. Did anybody else have like people on their list that they're like, okay, yeah, this needs to happen? We need to
Yeah,
look
I
at it.
kind of did like a friend group type thing. A group of us usually get together on Tuesdays for trivia at a brewery, and it used to be really small, like 4 of us. And I'm friends with one of the people and got to know the other people, and they all work at the same vet's office, and I don't work with them. So once the group got bigger, it kind of just turned into a big like bitching about work session, and I'm like, you know, I just spent all day at work too. Like, I just want to drink with you guys and have fun. Like, and I like them all. They're all really great people, and I enjoy hanging out with them. But I was like, maybe we need to, you know, not do trivia and maybe just go out for casual drinks, and that works better, kind of. But I was like, I can't get out of work and then have to hear them bitch about work that I don't even know anything about.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
huge to identify, though.
Yeah, 'cause
that's
it's like I don't want to like cut them out, but I need to like suggest something else. This isn't working.
yeah, that's huge that you identified it though. That you're like, okay, this isn't really working for me. Like I'm not getting like the energetic exchange back. I just feel like drained when I leave, right? And so I think this week is going to be really good for us to have those groups as we talk about boundaries, because I can't really give you guys like a clear cookie cutter for setting your boundaries, right? Like it can't be like, okay, so if mom does this, it's time to cut her off, right? Like we can't do that. So our boundaries have to be
My
evolving.
kids can. Oh.
I've had to, I've had to set some really hard boundaries in my life. I know, Bree, like you know about my past with my father, but I don't have a relationship with him anymore. And it was something really, really hard to do. Like it was hard for me to make that decision to set that boundary for myself, but it was one that I had to set. And so those boundaries can evolve, like they can harden and soften, but we at least are identifying where we need boundaries, right? So we can start to take movement forward. And it'll only get better from here. Like you will start to be conscious of your social media. You'll start to be conscious of how people talk to you and how you feel after you talk to them or communicate with them or go out with them. And you guys will start to get better at identifying when you need some boundaries there. So I think this group your groups and the community will be really good for talking about boundaries and where we like get stuck with them. I saw, Crystal, you said you had no like people on your list.
Because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You haven't stepped into module 2.
No. I already cut out like the people. I've pretty much, I think we had like last time you came over, we had that conversation where I've cut out a big chunk of people right now.
Yeah.
And I'm loving that.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of part of entrepreneurship. Like you really have to step into protecting yourself because everybody's got an opinion, right? So all of a sudden you're like, okay, I need the support circle. Like I need more people in my life who are doing the things that I want to do and who are going to be supportive of this, not like the people who don't understand it, right? And so then we have to set boundaries.
Yeah, I've literally, like, honestly, aside from the fact, like, I think between you and then my best friend that's in Colorado and like my family are the people that like I just talk to like on a regular daily basis. That's how small I've made my circle. Like, maybe 5 people.
Yeah, and our circle is precious. Like just like our energy, like that circle that you're around is just as precious as that energy tank. And
but that's going to fill your energy tank, that circle, because the bullshit from Facebook, from all the Instagram and the idle stuff is not filling this cup. I don't know if it is anybody else, but I couldn't be more honest than I am right now. It's not doing that for me.
Yeah. I think that's why, like, I strive so, like, it's why I literally will share, like, once I've had a panic attack, like, I shared literally in the middle of Level Up Love, like, I had a breakdown about Bo, about my stepfather, and it, like, hit me like a brick wall, and I felt terrible. Like, I was trying to, like, be there for all of these women, and here I was, like, falling apart over this, and it was really hard. It was really hard, but that's why I share that stuff, because I don't want people to come, because when you do pull up my page, like, you think, like, oh my God, like, she lives on the beach, like, she looks pretty, like, people think all these things, and that's why I share that really hard stuff. Like, I had a breakdown, like, I have anxiety, I have depression, I'm not perfect, and that's why I share those really hard times where I'm like, people might think I'm crazy, like, nobody is gonna want to work with me after I share this, but
they
it's
see
important
how raw
for
and
me.
real you are, you know?
That's
Like,
important
you
to
share
me.
those personal things, you show them how you're just a real person going through the same things everyone else is.
That's
Yeah,
what attracted
that's important to me.
That's what attracted me to the whole everything you do, Chelsea. I watched you a long time before I became your friend. I watched you online. I watched you, like, evolve.
Oh, you guys are sweet. I love that. Okay, so I'm not blushing. Okay, it's fine. You guys make me so happy, literally. It just, like, it makes me feel, like, so good knowing that, like, stepping out of my comfort zone in that way is, like, helping people, if that makes sense, because it's not easy to do. Like, it's not easy to talk about, like, living and breathing with, like, shit that we're going through, right? But not everybody's willing to share that. Like, not everybody's willing to share, like, the shitty side and, like, what they're really going through. And so I wanted to be one of those people to step up and do that. So
you did a great job. Well, I have a kid, but I want to tell you one thing I did this week, ladies, that I was terrified to do. I hired a therapist. I go Thursday.
I love therapy.
I
know, Megan, you said you had a call.
But I'm going to.
Well, I had my last two. The last one fell the fuck asleep during the session.
What?
And so, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That made me so depressed, and I was like, I'm done. But the new one is a young, innovative, like Chelsea, and just a resident starting, and I'm super excited because she has alternative methods, meditate, just things I'm into because of recovery that is huge for me to do and hard for me to tell you, because I was like, they're going to think she's a loser because she's going to therapy.
Oh my God, no.
I wish I was going to therapy.
I just had a Zoom session today, right before this.
You did? Well, mine's out of network, and I said, I don't care. I said, my poor husband's going to die if I don't stop talking his ear off at 3 a.m. because I'm having sleep issues because of Kelly. And so he's like, no, I don't care how much the therapist goes. That's good. Poor guy.
I love therapy. I hope that, are you going somewhere, or is it like an online thing?
No, hell no. I'm going to her office on
Thursday. Okay.
6 o'clock, and it's an hour. It's not 45 minutes. I can't wait.
Good. I'm so glad. I love therapy. Like, I love it. I think, like, I have no shame in loving that kind of stuff.
I didn't want to tell you guys. I was so scared. I was like,
don't be.
I think everyone can benefit from therapy one way or another.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like I would hire a therapist to live with me if I could. Like, hey, I gotta talk for a sec.
Well, that's the husband who's going crazy. He can't hit.
I know. Actually, Ev is yeah. She's gonna need help after me. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I want to ask you guys one question before we get off here. But because we started talking about identifying what is taking from our energy. So what is it that is, I'm just going to mute you, Robin. What is it that is refilling your energy tank? Like, what is it for you after you do it, or you call this person, or whatever it is, but what is it that refills your energy tank? Like, you feel like you get that, almost energetic exchange. Like if you invest in it, you're getting energy back. So whether it's calling someone or going to get a manicure, pedicure, like what are the things or people that refill your energy tank? And not that you guys have to answer me right now. No.
I was like, I know you're not talking to me.
No. Not that you guys have to answer right now, but leaving tonight's call, I want you guys just to journal on that and think about it after we get off. Because that's important too. Yeah. Just think about it. Like I text myself stuff all the time. So when I say journal, like I mean it very lightly because I'm like one of the worst people to journal. Like I'll text it to myself and I'll put it in a notebook. But I besides like journaling, I'm a pen and paper person. But when it comes to that stuff, it's very new for me stepping into journaling. I don't know if you are, Crystal, but when I say journal, like text it to you, like just get it out of your head and onto something else. Does that make sense? Whether it's your phone, your notebook. What'd you say?
Use your voice notes.
Yes, voice notes are so good. I love using voice memos.
That's what I've been using. It's like when I have that thought or just something I want to get off my chest, but I don't have anybody around and I don't want to harass you. I go to the voice notes.
You're never harassing me.
I'm like, shit, I just texted her like 20 minutes ago now.
No, I love you guys. You're never harassing me. But just be thinking about that, and then we can kind of talk about it in the groups and go through that. Because as we set boundaries around the things that are taking from us, we also want to bring to the surface the things that are refilling us. So we have the balance, right?
Right.
Awesome. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I'm good.
All right. I loved this call. We had so much to talk about.
I know.
I think this week is going to be great.
I'm sorry, guys. I bogarted. I hate
No.
doing it.
Oh my gosh. Don't be sorry. You're going to make me feel bad.
We need to get you to the book. Stop apologizing.
Yes. We need to make it like a rule that we're not allowed to apologize. I'm a habitual I'm sorry person. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, can we work on that this week?
Sorry, I was reading. Sorry.
Really fun. Yeah. My kids are in the way. I'm sorry. My kids are bothering. No.
I know.
100%.
I know it. All right, ladies. I'm going to let you guys off here, but stay in the groups because I'm in there with you guys or the community, and let's work through this module for this week, all right?
Okay.
All right, guys. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll be with you guys in the groups, okay?
Okay, bye. See you.
Bye,
I'll let you know
guys.
Thursday.
Yes, let me know.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.